I feel like that weight that was lifted off me yesterday was them finally realizing all this time somebody's been stealing all of my ideas, making a crap ton of money off my energy, my ideas, my money, everything. They finally started to listen. Finally. So I went through the last 2 years of hell because somebody else was stealing everything from me. I was taking all kinds of blame and going through all the crap they were supposed to go through. And now it's all about to be returned to me in a major way. Also, I gave the keys to everything in my TikTok videos. I gave the keys to everything. I showed the entire trial by fire. I showed the awakening process, DNA activations, meditative techniques. I showed all kinds of other things, a few business ideas that were just fire until, I absolutely had to stop giving any of that away because all of it was being stolen for somebody else's profit. You got to do the work. You do. You got to do the work. You can't just sit around and be jealous and be angry and be resentful of other people's work. You can't just steal other people's ideas and then when you don't talk like them or act like them or you're not capable of being like them, freak out and run away. I've always been me. These were my ideas. And I feel like this huge energetic weight that has been lifted over the last 2 days is literally just everybody else realizing it was me the whole time. And they finally found out who the fake was. If you would have just listened. If you would have just realized that my energy is completely different than the person pretending to be me or people pretending to be me. And I don't have just one copycat. I've met a few. I met a few people walking around talking like me, acting like me, pretending to be me, taking credit for my work, blah, 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 blah. It was me. I met a few people trying to do this, trying to be this. And I commend trying to do it. But stealing it from somebody else and claiming it as your own, I have a unique energetic signature. I have a unique frequency. I have unique ideas and skill sets and unique experiences. And I've been being punished for somebody else being a fake. Well, now I'm getting it all back. All my money, all the money they stole from me, all the money they built their empire with, that was all taken from me, earned from my ideas, and kept up by them being the fraud. I'm getting it all back. And it wasn't just a spiritual investigation, it was a federal investigation. Because this was not a small case of identity theft. And this started years ago. And I need it to be absolutely known. I'm not going to feel bad. I'm not going to feel bad for their punishment. I'm not going to feel bad for them finally getting putting down. And I definitely don't feel bad about the weight that's been lifted off my shoulders while I've been being seen as the person faking to be me. I'm just glad you finally all started to notice. But I gave the keys to everything in these TikTok videos. I gave the keys to everything. Meditative techniques, diet, changes, all of it. What it takes, what it took to be me. I gave you the keys to everything. But you have to do the work. Sitting around being jealous and stealing does not mean you've done the work. And the thing is, I never pretended to be anybody but me. I never tried to steal anybody else's ideas. I didn't go stalking and doing all those other things that people have been doing to me. I didn't do any of that crap to anybody else. I don't need to. I am me. I built this. I grew this. I made it prevalent. I made it relevant on the world stage. The whole collective. I made it relevant to the world. That was me, not my faker. And whatever's happened recently, because the last 2 days have been a complete energetic shift, so be it. As I said, I'm done feeding thieves. I'm done making them money. I'm done giving them grace. I'm done giving them the opportunity to return what was stolen. Now it is time. They are done. They're going to burn. And I'm not going to feel bad. Because me going through hell, all because someone was faking to be me, that's ridiculous. I'm glad somebody finally paid attention and listened. I'm glad when I speak now, you realize I've been the one that's consistent for years because it was me in the beginning. I'm glad you see the fake. Let them go. Because they're not just getting kicked out of whatever they built under a false claim of being me and all of my ideas that they kept stealing. They're going to prison. This wasn't just identity theft. They also tried to take my life multiple times. Set up situations and circumstances where I would not come out alive. They've been doing this a very long time. Created a smear campaign about me. Called me a fake, called me a liar, when the whole time, everything they built was off my back. Bring me my money. It's no longer an option. What they didn't know is they had an undercover agent in their circle who knew both of us, me and them, and I don't even know who they are. I don't know who the undercover is, and I don't know who my fake is. They must have taken very careful steps to never let me meet them. Good luck to you. But your good luck is no longer coming from me or my collective.